So for this one, we're going to start on all fours. You want your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to just tip and tilt the pelvis, find those two extreme positions, and then settle somewhere in the middle. Okay, once you're there, you're going to imagine that tray of drinks balanced precariously on your back. You're not trying not to spill any of them. So we slide the shoulders away from the ears, and when you're ready, you slide one leg out behind you, squeeze through the buttock, and then lift. Bringing the leg all the way back in. Same on the other side. Slide the leg out, squeeze into the bottom, and a little lift. If you're confident with that movement, you add by lengthening the arm as well, and then lift. Trying to make sure you lengthen the leg and then lift, so you get a much better movement or much better activation through your glutes, rather than just using hamstrings. So focused on that tray of drinks on your back. If you want to add again, you start to add a bit of lateral movement. So you lengthen, lift, out to the side, back, and then in. Avoid taking the leg too high, because what tends to happen is you tend to arch through the lower back. So keep everything nice and neutral through the centre. Slide, lengthen. Do a little scan down your body as you do this, as shoulders are down away from the ears. Like say, the spine is in neutral. You're breathing continuously the whole time, trying not to hold the breath. And obviously you've got that constant connection through the lower abdominals, keeping you nice and still. This is the last one. We come back in and underneath, we tuck the toes. Still keeping a nice neutral spine and shoulders down. We're going to exhale, lift the knees up off the mat, and then inhale and lower. Exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower. Trying to avoid arching through the back to get you up. Okay, keep the shoulders down and lower back in neutral. If you wish to add, you can just start to hold. As long as you can breathe continuously as you're holding, that's fine. And if you want to add again, you start to extend the legs. You hover. Lengthen one leg out, lengthen the other leg out, bring them back in, still knees hovering, and then lower. So you lift, extend, come back in, and lower. Try to change the leg that you extend first, so you're not always extending the same leg, the lead leg. If this is too much but you want a halfway house, you can come up, extend one leg, bring it back, and then lower. Okay, so just finding a position that you can maintain. We're going to do two more. Lifting, and lowering. And coming down, just doing a gentle cat-cow stretch. Releasing the back, and then we're going to be sitting back, sweeping the legs around and in front. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. We want to lengthen up through the spine, so that piece of string pulling us up, and that's going to bring your back into a neutral position rather than starting slumped. We're going to take the arms out in front, shoulders down. Again, pulling in that the lower abdominals to engage that core. We're going to tuck the tailbone and then curl back. Inhaling to hold, exhaling, coming forwards in that curve. And then at the top, engaging through the back muscles to draw you up tall. Tucking the tailbone and curling back. Inhaling to hold, and then exhaling, coming forwards. If the hold is too much, you can always just curl back and then curl forwards again. Lengthening up tall always at the end so that you get a lovely neutral spine before you curl back again. When you're ready, we're going to add the obliques. So as you tuck the tailbone, you're going to curl back, bending the elbow, twisting towards it, and then coming back up. Same on the other side, tucking the tailbone, curling back, and then coming all the way up. With this one, you want to make sure the movement or the rotation is coming from your waist, or above your waist I should say, not your hips. So you don't want your legs pedaling as you twist back, okay? You need to keep the knees level, rotating from here. few more of these if we can. And up. Tucking always first and then curling back. So you want to avoid a hinging back with this one. You want to tuck the tailbone under and then curl. Last one to this side, tuck the tailbone and curl back. Curling up. From here you're going to curl all the way to the floor. So tucking the tailbone, curling all the way down. If it's too much to do that, just put your hands on the mat and bring yourself down slowly. I'm going to move myself a little bit onto the mat. Again, finding that neutral. So we're still hip distance apart with the feet. We want to flex and arch through the back again and then settle in that midpoint so that we're nice and neutral. Soft arch through the lower back, but not overly arching and definitely not pushing and flattening the spine into the mat. Lift it. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Palms towards you or the ceiling so you're nice and open across the chest. We're going to draw in those lower abdominals and keep everything as still as possible through the centre. We float one heel up, bring the knee to tabletop. Bringing that back down. Floating the other heel, bringing the other foot to tabletop and bringing it back down. All while keeping as still as possible through the centre. Making sure that we don't start to arch the back or tip or tilt through the pelvis. If you want to add, you come up, join with the second heel and then the second knee, bringing the first one down. You start with the last one that you put down so that you're always changing your lead leg. And again, if you want to add from here, you bring one leg up, the other leg up, and then you leave them in a tabletop position and you're just tapping the foot to the floor and coming back. Try to avoid bending from the knee. You want to hinge from the hip. You'll feel the difference in terms of the workload. You need to make sure that you can keep a nice steady breath, whichever level you're working at. If you feel like you're holding your breath, it's quite difficult to breathe, just bring it back down a level. The other thing you want to check is that you're still in neutral even if you're in this double leg position. You're not starting to arch and flare. And you're definitely engaging through those lower abdominals, keeping that belt pulled in. We're going to change this now to a single leg stretch. So you're going to extend the leg away and then bring it back. Now if you are not working in double leg, you can just have one leg up and extending the other leg away and bringing it back. And I would do that at least a dozen or so times on one side and then switching to the other side. Okay, I'm going to continue working double leg. You want to stay relaxed through the shoulders. If you feel they're starting to hunch, try and draw them back and down so you stay nice and open across the chest. And like I say, nice, even, steady breath. I'm going to make these the last few. Obviously, the longer and the lower you take the leg, the harder it becomes. So if you need to, you just aim the legs up towards the ceiling a bit more. And then when you're done, you bring one leg down, then the other. We're going to hug the knees in and just rock gently side to side. And there you have a very quick 5 to 7 minutes of core work. You'll feel that through the abdominals. Like I say, work at whatever level that you can maintain the best quality in terms of the movement. Have fun.